Do you guys think you're playing more or less now? Talking about game.
Man, the events are nice,
Mm-hmm.
but like the kill events are killing traps left and right.
Or what?
The kill events, like you're seeing less and less targets weekly now. People are running and running and running. Yeah. The only people that
Not
don't
very
run
many
is Finn.
people.
I feel like there's like two groups of people. There's either like the players who have a lot of time and they can like maybe they don't have kids, like so they're always on, or then there's people like me. I can hardly be on. I have both my kids home now, and Kayla now is doing like homeschool stuff, so I got to make sure she's doing her. If I didn't pay attention to her, then she'd be sleeping through school every day, and
what I'd be doing.
But definitely two groups of people, I think.
Yeah, no, that's definitely what it is.
Well, it seems like there's very few people anymore that'll take hits. I mean, every time Jen sets on somebody, they port or shield. It's gotten ridiculous in that sense.
Yeah. People running for me is ridiculous.
Why do you think no one will take hits?
Has anybody tried T6 yet?
Huh?
Has anybody tried T6 yet?
Man, cost what? About 8 G's to get it? No.
Really? I don't know how much it costs.
Yeah.
I haven't seen anybody with them yet.
I don't blame you.
The only person I've heard that has them is Mad.
Really? They made them that expensive, huh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Even with the streak pack. It's roughly 70 to 80 packs if the calculations are right.
Well, that's why in my last video I wasn't the nicest about it still. Yeah.
Well, your last video also cost a freaking upcharge in the attack boost. They went off on that video.
Yeah, I know. Listen, some releases I don't understand. It's like we could be making a game. Like now's a good time for the game. Now's the best time for the game to get people to play, right? Like if you release something new that's free and can get people on the game and just active while people are home, you're gonna get people spending just from that.
Mm-hmm.
When you drop something that's $8,000 and people are losing their jobs and can't even pay their mortgages and rents, nobody's gonna want to log in. So it just
there's a way they could do it right now that will make it a lot better for people, and they're kind of doing it in the sense that we have these every 30-minute events, but the stuff that is giving you out is not really relevant. It's not good, or they're not giving you enough quantities. But if you want to get people engaged and you want to get people active on the game right now, that's what you're going to need to do. Right. That will get more people active, and then once you get that little hook suck into them, they're going to start spending. But they're not going to spend $100 a pack, and I think MZ's starting to realize that, because what they do, they up VIP and they did it as a discount pack, $79.99 a pack. You're going to get more interest in people spending $79 than you are $99. So I thought that was an interesting shift when they dropped VIP with the $79.99 pack. That surprised me, to be honest with you.
Is it one pack of $79.99 or is it all of them?
I think it was a limit 5.
I saw 2 packs when I logged in. I actually saw – oh, wait. Now, this was Demi's side, I think. But I did on Demi's side, I saw a $79 BOGO, so it was buy one, get one half. And then there was a $79.99 BOGO, buy one, get one free.
Oh, we don't have that in Dragon.
Maybe not yet.
The VIP is only limit 1.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's just one limit.
Yeah.
What they did. Do you think that those catch-up tokens, do you think that was a good thing that they did?
No.
Or do you think
because everybody was already like.
I shouldn't use that word.
I haven't spent much, and my stronghold was level 70. Actually, I haven't spent in months, and my stronghold was level 70 already.
Same.
So when I saw the catch up, I was like, all right, I clicked it. I was like, oh shoot, here I come. And then I was like, wait, nothing changed. I realized I was struggled like 73. I'm like, oh Jesus.
They were going to give it out knowing that most of us had already gotten the catch-up token before that needed it. Like, why didn't you put something extra? Like, it should have at least, like, the last one opened heroes. This one should have made all heroes 150 or something, just something else.
Yeah. I used mine for farms.
Yeah. I mean, that was nice to know, like, every single, and I guess the intention was to be able, now that everybody is staying at home and you can be like, hey, friend who's never played Game of War before, come play. And if you come play, I'm going to give you this token and you're going to be caught up. You don't have to start from zero.
You're not caught up.
You're not caught up.
Not at all.
You're like if you start training troops and you're thinking that pack's gonna help you out.
Start from zero. You don't have to spend the time clicking to do research. You don't just
That's true. You'll catch up from that part. But as far as like being safe with that instant token,
no, you're not being safe.
Not even close. I had to tell one guy that. I was like, no, I mean you can train C5s, but you better start running if you see someone starting to solo you, because you're not gonna be able to take that hit.
That's true.
No.
Because the new stats that they added are freaking crazy ridiculous. I was like, holy shit.
I think the biggest thing that the catch-up tokens have done is they have really put traps in a position to where they have to decide, is everybody showing 70 now? Or do I, as a stronghold in the 50s, do I look like a dead account now? And how many hits will I get? In this past KVK, I mean, it stayed pretty steady when I was on, but I noticed that Stronghold 70s were getting more action. Usually there's two traps in DRK, main traps, and that would be me and Bud. And it's usually me that has more points than Bud, and he's always been a couple levels up higher as a Stronghold. And this time, I don't know if it's because he's a 70, he was getting more action, or if there's a component of me not being on the game as much over the weekend, and I wasn't, but I really think that Stronghold 70s are going to get more action than people that are staying in the 50s. And so it's put me in a position where I have to decide, either level up or look like a dead account and hope I get hit. I don't know what the right answer to that is yet.
Yeah.
And Cinder doesn't like it. And I understand why she doesn't, because going up to Stronghold 70, you're going to be over 1 billion power at that point.
Yep.
So
I don't want to be.
Would be a good response then? Like, what would be something good that would help everybody right now to be more engaged in the game?
Stop running. Take a hit.
My answer.
Take at least one hit. I mean, that's all people really got to do, and then you can learn from it. When you're running, you're not really doing much. I mean, you're just saying, "No, fuck this guy. I don't want to take a hit from him." See, there goes the first F-bomb. I told you.
I don't know. My policy has always been that I'll take at least one hit from anybody. I don't care how big they are. Mm-hmm. At least at that point, I will know where I'm at and what I need to change, if anything. I don't care if it's a solo or a rally, or I don't care how many fortresses they're holding. I will take a hit at least once and then figure out where to go from there.
Yeah.
Do you think people aren't taking hits because it's too expensive to rebuild, or just because they're scared of what may happen, or
that's the question I've been asking myself for the past 2-3 weeks now, since people have been starting running. Because it's like, I mean, if you're a trap, take a hit, right? You can't call yourself a trap if you're not gonna take a hit from somebody. You're just gonna run,
Yeah, the term trap is used really loosely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Back in my day.
Frustrating. Like the KVKs I played, it's been a while since I played a KVK, maybe a month or two, but nobody would take a hit at that time from Dark King's account. Like, it was just like, I was like, I'm so ready. I got everything ready, and then I got to solo people because I can't.
Yeah,
rally.
that's exactly what I've been having to do.
Nobody would take a rally from me, so I'd always solo people.
And then as a lead, if you solo, then you've got all your alliance members who feel pissed off because there's no rallies being set.
Exactly, but they don't understand that we can't get a rally off. And if I do get a rally off, they're going to notify the guy that he's getting hit by me. And all of a sudden, the people who have his logins are logging in and shooting him. And I just wasted 5 minutes of my life, but I could have zeroed him. Yeah.
Do you think there's anything that MZ can do to fix this problem? Do you think that they've just made the game so? Is there too big of a gap between people that spend money and the people that are those traps that, you know, build based on events and those kind of prizes? Like, is the gap too big? Is it going to take too long? If they take a big hit from Dark King, let's say, or even from Jin or anybody.
I mean, I don't think they should. I think troops shouldn't be. I don't think troops should be expensive to train.
Yeah.
So if it's not expensive to train, then anybody would be willing to lose troops.
Yeah.
Right? And then those who want to trap know they're not going to build too many troops, so they're willing to lose them. You know what I mean? But I think we're still. I haven't checked. What's the latest Kane in the pack? Because Kane was always an issue when I.
Kane or cheese?
The Kane.
Cheese is the issue right now.
Oh, really?
Cheese is the issue. Cheese right now is at, I think it's either 2 bill a pack or 200 mil a pack. Let me check.
Cheese. Oh, okay.
You know what? It blows my mind that
I have at 2.8. Oh no, that's a little higher, but yeah.
I have stuff in my account.
2 bill.
I have this stuff in my Dragon account right now that I could start to rebuild, but because I have a baby, like, I'm on and on and off and on and off and on. But I can't shield to rebuild my account long enough to get there to that point. And even still, like, you want to be able to, like, there's no way to get loyalty anymore. It's
that too.
Really,
I've gone to
loyalty's been real thin lately.
I think it's ridiculous that even right now, when you have people going through so much who can't, you know, they can't be on game as much. They're all losing, you know, we're all losing income in one way. You can't play as much. You don't want to get zeroed because of this too, and then be even more upset. Like, you won't, if someone got zeroed right now, they're not coming back, but you can't get a shield.
Not now.
Just so you know that you're safe.
True.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, that's a little to me. It's frustrating, to say the least.
Yeah, nobody can afford a 30-day shield. They made it like that on purpose. So what's the point of having it in the game?
Yeah.
That's true.
30-day shield is 300 million loyalty. What? Like, that doesn't make any sense. So
that part's crazy.
Listen, in my last 2 months, my hero's been taken, kidnapped, abused, in the last, like, 49 times. So, yeah. My hero resurrected himself at one point. So.
What the hell?
Yeah.
Re-erected.
Yeah, like the 3-day shields, like, people, there's so much going on. They should offer like 7-day shields for cheap.
That's true.
I mean, there is a way to do it. I mean, but the problem is that you have to be really, you know, focused on what's happening. You know, if you're like, for me, for example, I just shield at night when I go to bed, or if I know I'm not going to be able to get to my phone at all. And for me, throughout the day, I'm doing events that are getting me the loyalty that I need to be able to do that. But not everybody has the time that they can invest in. I mean, most people, I think, if they work a job, they work an 8-hour shift, they can't have their phones out to be able to do those kind of things. There has to be something that can be done that will allow people to get at least 8-hour shields, you know, twice a day, I think. And I'm not talking about building up enough loyalty. I mean, just do a simple event that will get you, you know, an 8-hour shield twice a day. People will be able to protect their stuff. You'll be able to maintain that level of interest in the game because you're not always constantly worrying about losing and rebuilding. So that's something that we see, I think, time and time again. People that lose and lose significantly, they don't rebuild. They just don't recover from it. So that's my thought. I think something needs to be done about that. Because if they want people to spend that kind of money on this game, they have to make it to where it's not worthless. You're not just wasting your money. You're not just pouring it into ones and zeros. You have to be able to protect yourself somehow. Not everybody has the ability to do it. I think that's wrong.
Yeah.
Let me ask you guys, how do you guys feel about the dragon? Dragons. Sorry,
The dragons.
To make that plural.
What do you guys feel about the dragons?
I am still unsure how those really play into effect as far as which one, like Inferno's the highest because, well, that's the one that's maxed, right?
Right.
You're always sending the max one, but I'm seeing things where it's like, is it really? Oh, like the recent the fortress stuff that happened this past weekend.
It's chaotic.
Like dragons were getting zeroed like crazy.
Yeah.
Like, I was like, what the hell is this? I mean, it shouldn't have been happening, but they were getting zeroed like crazy, and I'm like, what's going on here? I mean, a dragon that's skilled up to at least level 7, level 8 shouldn't be getting zeroed, especially 3 or 4 of them in a rally.
No, it's that dragon break. It's the dragon break that's messing it up, I think.
Something is going on there because I mean, I've never seen that many. I mean, I've hit strongholds with. I mean, you're hitting fortresses with only 10, 11 mil troops, and dragons are getting zeroed. While I'm hitting strongholds at with over 100 million troops sometimes, and they're barely getting touched.
Yeah.
There's something going on in those fortresses. I think that's where I'm getting confused at because I did not see dragons getting zeroed that many dragons getting zeroed at one time, rallying a fortress.
Did you guys play before the dragons existed?
Huh?
Did you guys play before the dragons even existed in Game of War?
Oh yes.
Yeah.
Oh yes.
Both of them have played since.
Wasn't it such a better, less chaotic time where you just had to focus on your troop count? I feel like the dragons has moved us away from skill-based troops. Nowadays, you can send all infantry to the Wonder, attack it with all ranged, and if the other person's dragon is stronger, you will still lose even though you sent all ranged.
Yep.
Which makes no sense. So.
Yeah,
rough times.
I don't know. I mean, from a trap's perspective, the dragon, for me, I mean, it's just kind of an added level of protection. So, I mean, I don't do very much wonder at anything. I'll fill Jen's stuff on the fortresses every once in a while if he doesn't have enough fillers, but I don't think that they really add that much to the game, to be honest with you. When it was one dragon and you had, a limited number of points, yeah, you had to, be judicious in what you selected. But with 4, and they're just basically giving you all the points, it's a lot less skillful, I think.
Yeah.
It's just about who's got the biggest dragon, Where's the fun in that?
Yeah. The added skill points in those packs, those were a big downfall for the game, I think, because max players are pretty much just gonna max everything out.
Yep.
And just kill everything to where it's like, okay, I'm not really gonna change anything while I'm playing now. I'm just looking. All this is set for me now.
Yeah, but we've also seen.
Now. And I'm getting bored.
But we've also seen accounts that are max across the board, and that still get pushed out of the Wonder and Super Wonder, and that I don't understand because there's no reason ever for a max player to get kicked out of the Wonder by somebody who's not max. So what I've never understood is why that's happening. Because I mean, I know it's been really frustrating for a lot of people.
It's the dragons, man. It's the dragons.
But if everything's equal and you're skilled the same.
But you have to think of it like this. You spent $100,000 in your account. Your max account, you have a max dragon, right? But let's say your dragon's level 100. But you're sending 4 other dragons with you that are level 90. The other team, who does not have a max account, are sending 5 dragons that are level 100. They will still win just because they have stronger dragons. You know what I recommended? I recommended to have a Super Wonder without dragons. I feel like that would bring so much competition to the game.
That would definitely make it a lot harder for. I mean, it takes more skill to win that way.
Thank you. That's what I'm saying. I was like, people will have to go back to, oh, he's going strat. I'm gonna have to go wild. He's going inf. I gotta go heavy ranged. It's skill based. It's not like I need the best dragons. Let me recruit the best 5 spenders in the world, make an alliance, and then who's gonna take us down, right? And I'm not the type to like to form teams. Like I always like to go, you know, like we'll max
With
one
what
account.
you have.
Yeah, and like let your account fight my account, right? When it was based off troops, it was always based off one account getting maxed. Super Wonder was always about, when I played Super Wonder, it was about maxing my account and going for it. When Stay Alive did it, when Test did it, it was always, they would max, we need to just max one account. Now, you max other accounts to help as, not fillers, but they help as backup rally leads and to bump out the other person and to double rally somebody. You know what I mean? Super Wonder was all about timing and troops. Right? People hated my life because I would spend a whole night waiting till my enemy would march, time it, so I'm right behind them. So right when they hit, I'm right behind them, and I'm knocking them out guaranteed. Because when they hit the first time, they're going to get weakened, and I'm knocking them out. But nowadays, if you have 5 strong dragons, it'll take 4 or 5 rallies in that wonder, and you'll probably still be in there. You know what I mean? It's not skill based anymore at all. So like I was, you know, I don't think they're gonna do it. I don't think it's gonna happen. But like I was like, bring an event with no dragons. Let somebody say, hey, because then here's what happens. You can get any alliance to just max one account, and they're a big contender. Right? You can get a random alliance to say we're gonna spend money on one account, and then all the troops affected will be off that account. And then all of a sudden have a bunch of people going for the Super Wonder. So
yeah, that's back whenever you used to watch, and I would sit back and watch them. I didn't participate, but it was like the Wonder was like super full. There was 100 marches hitting at the same time. People were screaming on the phone about, you know, do this, do that, time this, time that. It's not like that anymore, and it'll never be like that with dragons.
With the dragons, exactly. I was the one doing the yelling, man. I trust me, I know.
Well, but you remember how bad everybody flipped their lids whenever MZ changed the number of dragons that could be in a rally?
Yeah. Listen,
I do.
and I don't mind saying that. I had my fair share in that too. Like I voiced my complaints and issues. Like it was too ridiculous. And then like the whole dragon thing just ruined it. I knew once the whole dragon was implemented. Remember when we still had the dragon, but we never sent it to the Wonder because it sucked? The game was better. The game was better, and it was still competitive. You had people active online. You had people making comments about burning people. You had the old school Game of War still, even though the base was a lot smaller. Right. This is when I returned. This is when Carol asked me to come back to the game. Was it a year ago? We still had that dragon, but it was kind of useless. So everyone told me don't use it, so I didn't. But it was still competitive.
Back then, we still like trash talked, and you got this team versus that.
Yeah, people were trash talking. I was making videos. Other people were coming at me. Like it was fun. It was fun. Now it's like, where am I gonna get 5 max dragons? Like. Come on, like you're gonna ask Dark King to go max 5 accounts? Spend 120,000 for a weekend Super Wonder? Like you can buy a house.
And then even then, it's not fun to be a team that I want competition. I don't want to go to a Super Wonder, get in there, and leave it alone and walk away for 24 hours and be like, "Yay, I won!" Like that's not fun.
Nah, I miss the days where I used to stay up, call off work, and I was like, you know what, I'm winning the Super Wonder. So I was like, hey, listen, I get to say I've won a fair share of Super Wonders, not just on my account, but like you guys know I play a lot of people. I've played on different accounts and stuff. So man, those fun times. You get to know people that you've never talked to. All of a sudden, you're online yelling at each other or laughing or like communicating, and then. Dude, you can build relationships off this game that you never thought you could build. I mean, one of my best friends.
Bachelor party, like. it's crazy. Like I have a baby because of this game.
Yeah, there you go. Like one of my best friends. Oh, I dropped my mic. Shoot. 1 sec.
My face is so white.
All right, there you go. Can you guys hear me still?
Yeah.
Yes.
So yeah, like one of my best friends from this game came from Super Wonder. Like he helped me win the Super Wonder and joined my alliance, and I traveled the world meeting friends from the game. Like I went to Canada, I went to Florida, I went to Atlanta with people, like, and that all came from being it was so competitive, and the stories you would hear were unreal. Like when I tell you I spent so much money on this game, at the age I was spending, you would not believe me. Like I spent my life savings to win a Super Wonder. My first Super Wonder, I drained my savings, my checkings, my reserve checkings. I spent it all. And then I was like, I better win this shit because it was so bad. I ran out of cores in the middle of the Super Wonder. I started maxing my credit cards out. I was like, I got to win this Super Wonder. That's how insane it used to be. Who's doing that nowadays? Nobody's doing that. You know what
Nobody. We're smarter.
That too.
That's man.
What do you
That's something that I think has really bogged this game down is the fact that you have to spend so much to stay relevant. And there's a way that it can be done to where it's not like that.
Yeah. That's the hard part.
Starts with an event with no dragons. That's my recommendation. And I'm gonna still say it, like, give the people just, you know what? Don't even make it a super.
I don't even think it's just no dragons. I think it should just be the leads dragon.
Yeah.
If anything.
Yeah, that's
true.
what
it should be, and that's what it should always have been. The leads dragon and nothing else.
Yeah, it could, again, I'm fine with that too. The leads dragon as well. Don't let not having 4 other major spenders destroy the fact that you max your account. It doesn't matter. Like,
yeah.
You know,
yeah.
And like I'll tell you suggestions I've had on my YouTube and other things. You guys remember the orbs on the buildings?
Oh God!
People used to sit there and spin when they're bored. Just log in and spin.
Oh goddamn day trying to get the max thing. Yeah, I remember those.
It gives people something to do, right?
We used to be on the game for hours. Click, 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 click.
Yeah.
Oh,
and then be like, "Oh, I got this. What do you have?"
Why did I touch it again? I was, you get a good one, and then you're like, "Oh, I think I can get it just a little bit close."
That's one.
Oh yeah, I remember those days.
Core bonuses. You guys remember the core bonuses on the 4H?
Oh yes, yes.
Used to see on the 4H, it was like, oh shit, he got the highest one. Ain't nobody kicking him out the wonder, right? What happened to cores? We don't even know what cores are anymore, right? Everybody's like, oh, cores are bad for the game. Like what?
No.
People don't. We had people making websites about custom cores and saying, oh, we used to name our cores. I got the Savage core set. You know what I mean? It's gonna debuff you and zero you. Now it's like, yeah, everybody has a new attack gear. It doesn't take any skill to craft, make it gold, put gems on it. I mean, like, come on, where's the skill? There's 0 skill right now in the game. If you have
the skill is in the luck.
Credit card.
This game isn't about skill anymore. It hasn't been for years. It's about lowest common denominator. What do I have to do as a developer to make it accessible to everybody, not a select few? And if you have to sit there and think about how to craft a custom core, and I mean, good Lord, I just figured out how to do that when their 4H came out so I could get the boost. I never had to craft one before, and I'm like, I don't know what the hell I'm doing. You can't have it. You know what I mean? You talk to these people, Sav, I mean, we all do. You still get questions about like the simplest concepts in the game. And people don't take the time to learn the game. They don't want to. They want it easy. They push a button. And,
that's the other issue.
It's done.
No.
Excuse me, my tiny trap takes lots of skill.
Real quick, before we keep going, I just want to let everybody know that if anybody listening has any questions that you want to ask Sav or Finn or Jen, feel free to go ahead and type those into the chat, and we can get some questions rolling from the listeners. So, continue on.
Yeah, don't ask me questions.
Ask away. And if this was like 3 years ago, this
crazy.
whole town would be filled with like 400 people trash
Oh
talking
yeah.
right now.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Pretty much.
Trash
If this was the beginning of Dragon, it would have been at least 100 people talking crap to each
Trash
other.
talking shit about the dragon.
Savage, you suck.
Y'all are making
Fucking
me
dragons.
War days.
Oh man.
I have a question. How long has everybody been playing? When did you first start playing?
Oof.
Ooh.
For me, it was 2013, just a few months after.
Senior year of high school.
Woo.
Well, how young are you?
I know.
I'm young, man. Nobody guesses my age.
I'll shut up because I know.
26. Younger?
Yeah, go ahead. Let's get
God damn.
age.
I know that you're old enough to drink. I mean, you're over 21.
Since I was like, I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah.
You're not much over 21.
I'm 23.
Abraham said 2014. Shireen said almost from the very beginning.
Yeah, almost from the very beginning for me.
Yeah, no, I joined. Was it
2013.
I'm sitting here trying to think of when I started. I know it was in May.
Yeah.
May that Jessica graduated from law school because I started playing when I was in the freaking Bahamas because it was like she fell asleep and I was bored and I just started playing. And then I kept going from there. So it was 2017. She's listening. She's watching this. She just sent me a message that said it was 2017. She just and flipped me off because I don't remember. I mean, mad cow disease is real, yo. So I started in 2017, and then I stopped on Demi when it got real crazy, and then Carol messaged me when Dragon came out, and she was like, "Hey, you need to."
A bunch of people.
Yep, I was one of them.
Yeah,
all three of you guys. I brought you guys all back.
I retired twice actually. I didn't fake retire. I gave up like for 2 months, and then everybody dragged me back in, and then I played for another year and spent a boatload of money because I had this thing. Back
in the day when it was PKZ.
Yeah, PZK.
PZK back in the day, super crazy. So Sav would go around, and no joke, if you check his Instagram, I think it was, he put out scout contests.
I was paying people to find me targets. $100 to pay.
I'm like,
yeah, it's still on my Instagram. Yeah. I was throwing money like that, dude.
No lie. And he would come in, he showed up, the whole kingdom chat. Wow, Savage here. Savage here.
Wow.
I spent money on just people looking for targets because I wanted to make sure I won every event. So I led the game in kills for 2 years. Like I never won. That was the one thing I wanted to do. I was like, I'm gonna lead the game for 2 years in kills. So I spent this stupid money on ports and on scouters, and then eventually some guy started cheating and farming, and
Lionheart
passed all my kills in 1 day.
Yep.
In 1 day, he passed all my kills. And I was like, I'm done. I was like, I can't do this. I was like, this.
That was the beginning of when you could like train. I remember the days where you could get zeroed and then retrain all your troops in about 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And that was when he passed you, I think.
What is that word?
Damn.
Train T1. A bunch of T1. Ooh. Nerfed. You got nerfed. They used to nerf their accounts.
There it is. Nerfing accounts.
Yes. They used to do nerfing accounts.
Anybody out there listening have any questions, just go ahead and type it in chat. Speaking of nerf, let me guys tell you something. In Mobile Strike, on the cyber side, which is Demi, there's
2 sides to Mobile Strike?
Huh?
There's 2 sides to Mobile Strike?
Yeah, just like in Game of War.
It's an MC game, bro.
It's a game. So anyway, there are people building T1 accounts now. like 250 billion T1 traps with nothing to back it up, no research, no nothing, and these rally leads who are max can't touch them. It's insane. And
Where's the fun in that, though?
Back.
Yeah.
What?
That's just weird.
That's not fun at all.
I know, that's what I'm saying. It's crazy. Listen.
So I have a question. This is more for Sav and Jen. Because from a traps perspective, I remember the first time I ever rage spent, right? As leads, do you guys have those moments too where, like, Jen and I had a conversation about this. He's like, yeah, I'll get really pissed off that I can't burn somebody and I'll start buying stuff, trying to take my account up further and I'll go after them. Do leads rage spend, I guess, is a question. Because I know I, as a trap dude, so I've gotten burned and I'm like, that guy never should have burned me. The hell with this.
Oh, yeah.
Start buying the shit and maxing, taking stuff up. So that's the question. Do leads rage spend?
I'll give you the best scenarios when leads rage spend. Is when you get kicked out the wonder easily in a 1v1 battle, or you can't kick somebody out the wonder, or if as a rally lead you burn. Those are two things that rally leads. Like, I refuse to burn. Like, if I burned as a rally lead, it's the most embarrassing thing ever. If I burn in general, it would be all over line anyways, right? So, let alone burning as a rally lead, to a rally lead is like, you're not supposed to. Like, you're the leader of the team. You're not supposed to. So, the rally leads in general are already rage spending because they can't be a rally lead without rage spending anyways. So, but to really rage spend, all you got to do is burn a rally lead or don't let them kick you out the wonder or kick somebody out the wonder. That's, yeah.
You guys, I found some of the funniest things. I'm going to show you my screen in just a second.
I have rage spend when I can't burn anybody. That's like that's like one of the things that pisses me off.
Yeah, that's
like, if he should, like, this motherfucker should burn. Yeah. What the fuck's going on? Fuck this shit.
Your mom.
I thought we called them good traps, Jen.
So, what do you think the biggest factor for taking a hit like 2 billion power is? Really, the hits that I've seen is people focusing on one thing on their account and thinking the other things are not important. Like, I'm gonna get the brand new. You see a lot of people get the brand new gear, but have no research done. You're gonna get smacked whether you have the new gear or not if you don't have your research done. You know what I mean? You need to focus on what has the best stats, and it could most of the time it is research. I mean, let's be honest.
Yep.
And keeping that balance is really important. Like, it doesn't matter if you have the best gear in the world, you're probably gonna burn if you have no research done. So that's I would say that. Or the second thing would be troop composition. A lot of people are kind of good at it now, but back in the day, somebody used to love ranged troops. They'd build 90% ranged troops. Well, if you get hit with Cav, your ass is gonna light up. So,
well, with troop composition too, your problem is partially that you have a lot of people that are like, this is like old school Game of War, right? Well, yeah, it is, except it's not when it comes to troop composition. We can't build these massive amounts of T2 anymore and just not burn. If you're building T2, you're either expecting to burn or you have like crazy good Finn type stats, like. I mean,
yeah, but at the same time, I don't use T2 on my account at all.
Yeah.
And here's why. And it's something that Cinder and I both, I think, agree on. We want our power to be as low as possible and still be able to take a hit. And so for me, playing with troop composition is just non-existent.
Yeah, because you're just going to end up needing more T2, which ends up giving you even more power. So it's better to use a lower number of higher tier troops to keep that power low.
Yeah.
I keep my account right on the margin between being able to take a rally from a decent lead. I will burn to a max account. I will. It's just the way I'm set up. But, a close to max lead probably won't burn me. but just one or two little changes to that leads account will probably make it to where I burn. I mean, I run that close on the margins all the time, and it's because I want my power to be under 1 billion. And, there's ways that you can do that, but, at the same time, I've let my hero levels get up a little bit higher than I think they should. And so there's all these different things that you have to focus on. If you want to have a solid base on any account, it is always going to be about your research.
Yeah.
As much research as you possibly can get. And then from there, it's going to be things that you can tweak, like the boost haul. How much am I willing to invest in the boost haul for that extra, those extra stats? It's not really about your gear. I mean, I can take a hit in pretty much any gear in Hero 3, and I'll be just fine. I can take a hit in Hero 2 in almost any gear, and I will be fine. And the same for Hero 1. So it's not really about that. It's about how solid is your base. And you get that from your research. I mean, I've been asked by plenty of people to look at their accounts, and the first thing I look at is their research. Where are they? And, the people that are burning have less than 5 out of 10 on all the research done. It's like they jump around too much. They don't stay on one set and try to get it up high enough. Because there's a tipping point, I think, on every research. There's that sweet spot between, say, 5 to 8, level 5 to 8 on the research. That's where you get most of your stats from. And then you go up higher than that, and I think the cost of it is more prohibitive than what the benefit is that you get from it. Because you're only talking about, anywhere from 300% to 1,000% increase on those upper level researches. So why spend the money for it? You don't have to. New research has come out, and you can take it to 5 to 10 and be more competitive doing that cheaper. And so people don't really look at, if I pay this much, what is my net increase in my stats going to be? They see the bright new shiny object and they're like, ooh, gotta have. Well, not necessarily.
Yeah.
My Terra Dragon is like, I think 12 right now. I mean, I haven't done anything with it. It's just, why?
Yeah. And I'll tell you what, these dragons, I feel like it's so chaotic now. Like, if I haven't played the Wonder, and I don't want to play the Wonder because, like, you're playing a guess game of what dragon is going to come at you, what dragon you got to put in there. Like, I understand if there's one dragon, one, like, common dragon, but to have a ranged dragon, a cav dragon, an infantry dragon, now you're going to send, like, I think eventually all of those are going to get nerfed, and there's going to be one major dragon that's going to be, this is the dragon for at least probably 4 months.
The one dragon.
Yeah, and then for like 3 months.
Rule them all.
The one dragon to rule them all.
Yeah.
Yep.
Which I thought that's what the Inferno Dragon was there for a while.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, I know. Yeah. That came infantry. We all knew that once Inferno was infantry, it was like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
There's 2 more coming out at least.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, yeah. That was a given.
That's what I said, and that's why the Cav Dragon came faster than people thought it would. It's because we're like, they're like, just release it already. What's the point of holding it? Like, just release it, get it over with. But like, in my opinion, there should just be one dragon. You know what? Level up that dragon. Why? Like, don't add another. It's like at the time we were dropping monsters. Like, now we didn't even get to talk about monsters. My blood is boiling already just saying the word monsters. Right?
Oh, the new ones?
Yeah, like, come on, man. It's like we got monsters and dragons. Like, what are troops? Do we even send troops anymore? Like, no, send your spaceship. Come on, man.
Wait, now I want a spaceship.
Listen, if that happens, it wasn't me. I did not recommend a spaceship, okay? No, don't say Sav recommended it.
Abraham said we're probably going to get a Wonder Dragon too.
Yeah, probably.
I mean, yeah, that's a possibility right there. That should be, that would be the next one.
Yeah, an attack dragon, and then a Wonder Dragon, and then a huge defense dragon. Like, we should have focused
the way things are going.
All right, I've got something to show everybody.
Right,
real quick. If I can share my screen correctly. You guys see that?
No.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. Yep. That's a scouters contest, right? The road to 1 trillion kills. Oh my God, that's crazy.
Damn.
Yeah, good time. What year was that? Is there some?
That's what I'm looking for.
Yeah, I still have that account actually. It's just gotta. Yep, there it is.
There a conversion rate between EDH and what?
December 28, 2016. Wow.
One sec. What was that question?
Is there a conversion rate between Empire Defender Health and Empire Defender Defense?
Health is always in this game. Health is mostly important than defense. It's not defense is still important, but from everything I've tested, it's health above defense. So
for me, the order of stats that I focus on has always been attack, health, and then defense.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Always.
You see, that's the problem with traps. Traps don't really prioritize attack as much. They feel like, I need defense.
They should.
And the good traps know that they need attack and health, and those are the ones where you're like, damn, I shouldn't have hit this guy. So
there is a point where say defense, okay, so in Demi, when we play, there's a point in your account when you go from focusing from defense to attack. So let's say if I'm building an account and I'm taking hits and I'm burning, in Demi, I would stay focused on defense until I get to that point where I can take a few hits and not burn, or at least get really close. At that point, that's when I focus more on attack than defense. Is that the same in Dragon, or do you feel like you should go attack right out the gate?
I'll let the trap speak on this. Huh?
Yeah.
Do you want to take this, Finn, or do you want me to go on my little talk on that?
Go for it.
Okay, so for me, when I look at things, I work on getting all of my stats as high as possible before I take any hits. And once I get to a certain level that I feel I'm ready to test, I get someone to test me for my alliance, right? So I drop tags, I have them hit me. I look at my report, and by my report, I can tell where my focus should be next. Am I killing their whole march? No. I need to add attack. Am I killing their whole march, but I'm still burning or still losing more troops than I'd like? Well, first I'm going to focus in on adding as much health as possible, and then I'm going to focus in on adding as much defense as possible. If I can't add health, I'm going to add defense. Because I tested it early on in Dragon. Adding troops and continuing to add troops doesn't help you health-wise or defense-wise at all. The only thing those troops are doing for you is they're giving you the attack to kill off their march. It's not going to keep you from losing less. You want to, once you've got your attack to that right level, you want to focus in on that health and defense.
Someone just mentioned in the chat, it said, but you can use troop numbers for attack, so health is first, right? I know in Demi, there used to be a thing where your troop count counted as attack power. No, it doesn't increase your attack stat per se, but the number of troops itself gives you an attack power. But I felt like in Dragon there was a point where that didn't count as much. Like you were going to burn whether or not you had 2 million or 20 million if you didn't have the stats to back it up. So is there still power that your troop count can give you?
The troops can give the attack, but the more attack you have stat-wise, the less troops you need to give that attack.
Mm-hmm.
Gotcha.
That is very true.
I was trying to get it drawn out for people asking questions.
And this is where I start rage spending right here. If I'm hitting an account and I'm burning an account with 200 million troops, and then I'm losing the account with freaking 60 million troops, that's where you know their attack is a lot higher than anything else. If they're killing my whole march with only 60 million, when I'm burning a 200 million account, 200 million troop account, and they're not killing my whole march, you know they're doing the right thing right there. And this is why like I'm tired of, this is why where the traps running away is thing is, like, you're not gonna learn this if you're gonna run away. Like, how do you know if you're gonna be able to handle a rally or a solo if you're just gonna keep running? Unless you took one, just fine. But if I don't see you fucking burning or fucking smoking, it means you didn't take one at all. So let me fucking hit you, goddammit!
Well, there's another component to it. A lot of people know where their accounts are on research. And like, say, for example, in Dark, it's like KVK rolls around and, everyone is willing to take a hit at first. And then you start seeing people burning, and then you start seeing people that the more these 1 and 2 billion accounts in Dark are burning, the less willing they are to take hits. And they act surprised when people like me and Bud take hits from rallies and we don't burn. And it's like, well, it's about the research,
Yep.
They know their research isn't good enough. For example, if, one of the bigs sits on them, and so they don't take it. But at the same time, we want people to be smart about the hits they take. So, we don't want to give points up. And so I don't see anything wrong with somebody that's smart about their account and knows they can't take a hit. And if Jen has burned them last week and they're like, hell no, I ain't going to take that hit again, and they poured away, I understand that. But the people that don't take hits at all, I don't understand.
You know what pisses me off? The people that shield after when you're about to rally them, and when you cancel the rally, they start scouting you like, oh, you won't do it. You won't rally me again.
Oh, they want a solo.
Those are the people that you just say, you solo them, you burn them, you're like, go back and shield, because I swear to God. Man.
Those are the ones that want the solo.
Yeah, I hate that. That gameplay, like, it annoys me. It just really, if you're going to shield, go back to your base and stay there, okay? Don't keep scouting me and following me around. Like, oh my God.
It's one thing to take that hit during an event like Dragon Super Wonder or just in your kingdom, where you can test whether or not you're strong enough to take that hit, and to take that hit during a KVK. Because if you're taking that hit during a KVK without knowing how you're going to do, I'm going to be mad at you.
Yeah, that's definitely true. In this last KVK, I had somebody from my own kingdom hitting me, and it's like, really?
Oh, yeah, huh?
People don't realize how much troops they give away, too. A lot of rally leads waste a lot of troops. Like, my last KVK, I used over 200 million troops. I gave away a lot of points, but I tripled my points. So, like, I got a lot of people don't know how many points they're giving away most times, and they're just experimenting. And that's really frustrating. Like, it's really hard to carry your kingdom to victory. It used to be possible. Back when I played 3 years ago, like, I used to carry my kingdoms to 1 or 2 just by myself. Nowadays, there's no way you can even get close to that. You can go as hard as you can. You might get top 10. So.
All right, guys, we got just a few minutes left. I'm doing last call for any questions from anybody listening in. Let's see, Bryce. Oh, that's bad. I know who that is. That's Bad Santa. Taking hits during KVK if you're running a lead who's in competition for winning a KVK may be more about who is hitting you also. More willing to give up points to someone who isn't going to be top 10.
Ah.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All
right, final thought. Jen and Finn, thank you for doing this on our first time. What do you guys, if you're going to give anybody any advice, what's it going to be?
Stop playing. No, I'm just kidding. No. It's like everybody that's in here has probably spent way too much damn money on this game. But, for me, I think it's more about the social aspect of it. I think if you're going to be in an alliance, be social, interact with people, ask questions within your alliance. Don't be afraid to do those things. But, good Lord, don't break the bank like Sav did in the past. It's not worth it.
I learned the hard way. But yeah, I won my Super Wonder. I won the Super Wonder at least, So. I I got that on my resume. It didn't get me far in life, but it got me somewhere. So.
Jen, what's your advice to everybody, Jen?
Just try to have fun. I mean, learn from it. Really. I mean, if you're really wanting to play, learn from the game. I mean, learn. It's all I try to do, at least every time I play. I mean, I'm hitting people. I'm learning something. I'm gonna hit them again. If I lose, all right, shit, I fucked up. All right, but I'm gonna learn something from it.
All right.
And that's all I really want people to do is just learn. Even when people are burning, I mean, learn from why you burned.
Burn and learn.
What can you do to not burn and whatnot? You know, just learn from it. Don't just half-ass the damn thing. Shit. Some of us take this shit seriously. I don't.
That's why you're enjoying it, man.
Thank you.
Yeah.
So this was fun. I think
Yes, it was.
For our first time, and we're going to be doing more of these. So anybody who's interested on being one of our guests, just let me or Cinder or Sav know. And I hope everybody has a good night. Want to say anything, Sav, Cinder?
Guys, thank you for being here. It was fun. Thank you for being nice. And
Nice.
no, hey, you'll be surprised. There's no craziness in the chat. So you got to look at my YouTube comments. But
Oh, shit.
appreciate it, guys. It's always fun.
Yeah,
Oh,
sure.
yes.
It was fun. Thanks for having me.
All
Yes,
right.
thanks for having us.
Take care, guys.
Thanks, guys.
And 6 feet
Good
distance.
night.
6 feet distance.
Wash
Wash
your
your hands.
Stay away. Stay away.